cool thing about these talk pieces when I talk about a performance that I'm not doing, I plan to do, but then it's not going to happen. I originally was going to do like a singing piece because we were talking about music and how you can get like people to pay attention and like how do bands do that. And so I was going to just like have an iPod and just like hum along to it. Well, I was going to sing along to it, but I was also going to do the music part. It's a Sun House cover by the White Stripes, and so I really love slide guitars. They're one of my favorite sounds, and so we're going to like sing that and like do the voice. I mean, like with my voice, make this slide guitar sound, and this White Stripes, you know, it's simple bass. I mean, the drums. So anyway, I was going to do that. It was Death Letter, and then he interrupts it with another Sun House cover, Grinning in Your Face, which is a cool like message because it's like even your mother and your sisters and everybody's gonna laugh at you or talk about you, so don't mind people grinning in your face because they're gonna do it anyway, or talk about you anyway. So I thought it was like a good message to just performance art, just to do your own thing. Then, so anyway, I was looking through YouTube for the right version of the songs, and but anyway, so then I visited my grandparents the other day, and one of the other reasons why I did this kind of performance art, these talking pieces, because it reminds me of my grandfather and how he just talks and he'll tell a story and then it goes off on these other tangents and blah 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 blah. It's really cool. But then I found out, like a few days before that he actually does have a form of Alzheimer's, and so I want to get like recordings of it so that I can have those stories of his life and stuff like that. It's also kind of creepy, weird. I don't know if he really wants to do it because my mother did that before she died, knowing that she would die. So I think that might bring him to hit her daughter. So I mean his daughter. So that might bring too many like issues for him. But anyway, I want it done because it needs to be done. But anyway, so I visited him and whatever, it was cool. And then on the way back home, I recorded myself like sing some oldie songs, some blues songs, whatever, and then like a few days later I listened to them and they were horrible, really bad, like super embarrassing. Like I thought like I can hear like well enough, but fuck no, it's super bad. Like I had no idea, really no idea. So scratched it. That's the performance that I'm not doing. So then I was gonna do this other performance. I had this toothache. Oh, I can't see it. This toothache where it's been bothering me for like a year or more, and sometimes I get in a lot of pain. And so I was going to do a piece. Well, just the past 2 days. If I had done that other, if whatever we were doing our performance things like a week ago, I would have done that White Stripes performance and it would have sucked. But I mean, it would have been awesome too. No, it would have sucked. But if we had done this toothache piece like a day or two ago, yesterday or the day before, it would have worked. But now my tooth is fine. But what I was going to do was like,
damn the look.
I know, right? It's the wrong day because it was really hurting. So I was going to do like an empathy piece where I was going to like wince and like feel the pain of my tooth and just kind of like deal with it because like this pulsing, throbbing, really annoying, super pain, and then it just went away. So I could like pretend to do it, but it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna do this talking piece instead. And like I said, I think if I talk about a piece that I'm not doing, that's a better direction than the stuff that I was doing. That second talking piece where I didn't have a specific thing that I wasn't doing, and it was disjointed, and there were like some parts where I paused and I was upset about it, and so I didn't like that one as much. I mean, it's cool in its own way, but anyway, that's it.
And every time we brainstorm, we should put you on a stool. All sit around here, and you just brainstorm out loud like that. And the pieces you create through that will help. We'll put it all together for you, so you don't have to go to the trouble. And you need a tooth hurt. I mean, somebody.
Right.
you know.
Well, I thought about doing like
anybody.
the other thing is it was hurt so much.
Pull
I just
it
wanted
out.
like I really almost wanted to like I just want to get like a
Oh, that would be a nice piece. I got some
yeah,
pliers and
Yes.
pliers and it's just like because it hurts so much and I
got some O2 bottles too. I'm not kidding.
when I had a lot of like not a lot of dentistry, but there's like braces and normal tooth cleaning, cavity filling, whatever pieces back in the day. But my parents wouldn't let us use or let them use nitrous oxide. So a lot of it was without any pain, any anesthesia, pain medication. That was okay. So in a way, like I want the pain because I just wanted to fucking get over with. It was fine. I can deal with tooth pain, but it just hurt so much. That's why I was gonna like rinse and just stomp and whatever. Yeah, so I'm not doing that. And I guess that's it. I was disappointed that I couldn't do either of those. Well, no, I'm not disappointed about the first one. That singing thing was horrible. Like, seriously, it was bad. Like you always think like, oh, those people in American Idol, like obviously they can't sing. But why don't they know it? Now I know why. They suck. And they don't know it. Like me. No, I do. So, okay. So that's it. That's
All right.
Yeah, I think it's like a motif that you're like, you know, this talking about performance. This is a performance.
It is, no, I mean, it is performance. In a way. It's a non-performance. It's a non-performance performance. There's like what I said,
Anarchy, man.
Yeah, it's anarchy against the art.
Postmodern.
Yeah.
Yeah, when someone does a documentary feature about you guys, there'll be a lot of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
The voice, you know.
A guy sitting on a stool and there's like a sheet in the background. Camera.
And all I need is like the mask with the gun
Open a mask and like a cantaloupe and a knife. You're like, well, I was gonna do this piece.
and as you can see, I was gonna eat this like so. But no, I'm not. Squash. Gallagher's.
Yeah.
It's really cool because, you know, you can't really do something and reflect on it at the same time. But what you're doing, you can reflect on it
It's like
because the
instant
reflection is
reflection, yeah,
is the
very
performance.
self-reflexive, totally. And what I was gonna say, because talking about a performance is harder than I think performing, because you just do it. It's a performance.
It is.
Talking about it might be more difficult.
But it's also
Like it's
interesting than actually seeing the performance.
Right,
Like
no,
when
it-
you're describing something that you've seen to somebody who hasn't seen it, they may be envisioning something completely different than what you actually saw. And so you speaking about this performance that you've either done or plan on doing, we're each probably getting a different idea of what this looked like. And so it's very unique to each individual person in the audience, whereas if you had gotten up and done it, we all would have seen the same thing.
That's cool.
Like the first time he did it, we didn't even know that he had started. Started talking.
It's more like a sequel.
Right, they're perpetual sequels.
You should totally do one at Space Station like that.
Yeah, I guess I
Like,
should.
get everybody ready. He's gonna perform. He's gonna perform.
I like it anyway,
Okay.
so I'm going to
They're all waiting for it to start.
Yeah, check this out. We could
Grand
all sit
finale.
like at a table or something, and there'd be like a podium in the middle, and we're all like sitting, you know, like as if we're waiting to speak, and then you just go on and on and on
Yeah.
to no
And then-
end, and
yeah.
we, you know, at the end everybody claps and everybody walks off.
Okay. That's funny.
Awesome.
That's cool, yeah. So yeah, I don't know quite what to do. Because I have to come up with another performance that I'm not gonna do. It's gonna be awesome though. You can see the performance that I'm not gonna do is gonna be so big and like melt the walls.
Is this Space Taker performance? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, just don't do it.
I won't.
You
I
should
won't
do
do
one
the
of these
performance.
speeches about wanting to do one of these speeches that you don't do.
Oh.
Dude, oh man.
Fucking
Wow.
watch
Oh man.
That would melt people's
Like,
minds.
it's a mind,
Yeah.
mind twister.
What's crazy to me is you're like not nervous at all this
No,
time.
no,
Like
see,
the
no,
first time you were so nervous, and now you're just like cool,
Well,
confident.
one of the things not doing is walking around.
Yeah.
Because it's,
Yeah.
I'm just sitting, like my grandfather would just like sit and tell a story as